Tigers went on the road for the first time in conference play. Tiger Basketball Report, brought to you by the Green Turtles, starts now. Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And Coach, the Tigers hit the road last week for the first time in conference play, and you had to go to two of the most difficult places to play in the league, the College of Charleston and UNCW. First of all, the College of Charleston, a team that every year is considered one of the best teams in the league, and they have a potential CAA Player of the Year in Grant Riller and an NBA player, and he certainly showed why he is one of the best players in the league against you on Thursday night. Yeah, I
thought it was a great game. We were in there pretty good for about 35 minutes, and he separated late. Great crowd down there. Thought we guarded statistically pretty good. We didn't shoot the ball very well. It's been obviously an Achilles heel, but the difference in the game I thought was Grant Riller. He was absolutely sensational in the second half, and maybe even better than that in the last 10 minutes of the game.
You held him to 4 points in the first half. What was the difference with him in the second half, or was it just him getting more involved?
I mean, they go to him a lot. He gets 2/3 of their ball screens, and when a guy's a good player, they try to get him to make tough shots. I thought most of his shots were guarded pretty good. We used our better, more. Brian's our best guy on the ball, and he did a good job, and he made tough shots. I mean, he had that stretch 3 in a row, 2 threes, and did the tough shot in the lane on the 2, and that gave them the separation they needed. So I sometimes you have to tip your hat to the guy who he played really, really well. It's a good team. They're well coached. They guard well. We thought it would be a war. It was a war. Our effort was good. I thought he was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and the final score doesn't tell you how close it was, because as you say, coming down the stretch, it was nip and tuck, possession, and then they pulled away in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, made a couple foul shots. Fouled, you hope they missed. They did a good job making them in the last minute.
Then the Tigers moved to Wilmington, North Carolina. Again, a place that generally the Trask Arena is one of the toughest places to play. And Saturday night they had a great crowd for a team that's been off to kind of a rough start. They had a great crowd in there on Saturday night, and this was a game that was close for a while, and then you guys pulled away at the end.
Yeah, that place was jumping. I think C.B. McGrath has really good young players. Like I said, it was a great environment Saturday night. Our defense and rebounding were outstanding. I thought the defense went back with good the whole trip. We got careless with the ball against pressure, and we missed a lot of layups. But I thought the last 5 minutes, we finally made some big-time plays that you need to really win in this league. Alan Betran sticking 4 straight foul shots, making a big 3 off a pass from Brian Fobbs. Brian Fobbs making a tough 3, Jason Gibson making a tough 3, and Nakai Sanders with a couple of either great offensive rebounds, him and Tunstall, and a great drive and finish. So you got to close games with good players. I know we have good players. That and the Tulane game will probably have 2 best performances in late game activity, so to speak.
You look at your team 1-3 in the conference, and you start off the 0-3, and you're headed to Wilmington. They were desperate for a win. You were desperate for a win. Do you feel like for your players, maybe they can relax a little bit now because they did get that first conference win under their belt?
I mean, I hope so. Our guys have been working really, really hard. I can't say that enough. I think the mindset's been good. The togetherness has been good. The want to be good has been there. We just, we haven't shot the ball great, especially for some guys that we know are good shooters. So trying to focus on, executing a little bit better, finishing a little bit better, and keep guarding at an elite level, knowing that eventually the ball will start going in the basket.
Guy that had a really good road trip was Nakai Sanders. His numbers really were good against Charleston. His numbers weren't quite as gaudy against Wilmington, but as you said, at key moments, he was big for you.
Yeah, he was averaging well over double-double, and a great job at the foul line at Charleston.
9 of 9.
Yeah, and Wilmington, I think, they had a post kid that was shooting 70% from the floor. Him and Charles Thompson were terrific for us defensively and on the backboards. I thought Nakai's leadership was good. It's crucial for us that, he plays like that in order to have success. There's no other way to put it. Our older guys have to play at a high level. I'm probably jumping ahead. You see how well Alan Beatran's been our best guy. But we need Sanders. We need Brian Fobbs, who's obviously a worker, a talent, a good teammate, and Dennis Tunstall, our veteran guys, to play at a high level to win. And here's the thing. They're all good players. They're good, great teammates, and they really work at it. So, my belief is that they will continue to play better and better.
And that was a long road trip. I mean, that was basically a 6-day road trip there. And in being there for the entire thing, you can see that this group does like each other a lot. Yeah,
they've been great. The preparation, the togetherness. I don't want to discredit the 3 teams we lost to because they're all postseason level teams. We didn't finish those games. I thought our performances against Hofstra and Charleston were decent, not. Sometimes it's as simple as you got to make some shots.
Right.
Going into Wilmington, we had outside of Allen, who's shooting 39% from 3, our other shooters were only shooting 24% from 3. And those guys have been working. I think their shot selection's been pretty good. And we want them to stay aggressive. So, these guys are aware of that. Now we got to turn the page and hopefully a win will help us get going and, get another great opportunities ahead of us.
All right, well, the Tigers will be back home at CQ Arena this week for a matchup Thursday against Drexel and then Saturday against Delaware. Tune in later on this week when the coach and I will discuss the games against the Dragons and the Blue Hens. So for the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report, and as always, go Tigers.